A married woman wouldn't do that to another woman. Low. So low.
That was an acceptable thing.
You have done so many things to y'all.
You up.
After asking Cynthia inappropriate questions on the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 12, Episode 18, titled A Greek Tragedy in 6 Acts, Kenya Moore finds herself in trouble. But did Nene Leakes take it way too far?
You're not in America. Act like you've been somewhere.
It's Justin Diego back with another Bingeworthy video. And today, let's talk about how Nene Leakes brought out her alter ego, Nene, on the latest girls' trip to Greece, where apparently she wanted all the smoke with Kenya Moore, and why she might have taken things way too far, especially since this happened right after her failed attempt to make peace with Kenya.
I know who Nene is. She's fake and she's phony.
That's why your husband can't deal with you, man.
Now, before we get started sipping this tea, go ahead and like this video, click that subscribe button, and you already know you want to hit that bell button so you officially join me and my binge watchers and are first to get updates about binge-worthy videos like this.
These girls are in for a treat or a trick.
I have to admit that I'm one of those people that definitely turn a blind eye to a lot of Kenya's mess. One, because I stan a messy queen who always keeps the OG shook. And two, because I'm also an Aquarius just like Kenya, so I understand the way she thinks. I know, everybody calm down. The difference is, I really don't mind calling Kenya out on her mess, unlike some of those messy girls in her alliance. Anyways, I do feel like it was really messy of Kenya to put Cynthia on the spot the way that she did about her wine knowledge, or really the lack thereof.
I think this wine is excellent. Now, what makes this excellent in your opinion? Not too sweet, but there is a fruity effervescence. Coming through.
I cannot stand being treated like this, and the worst part about the situation was that everybody seemed to be catching on to the shade, except poor little Cynthia.
Please name 4 types of red wine. Is this a quiz? No.
But I thought it was cool that even though Candy gets a lot of slack for not checking Kenya every time she shows any bad behavior, Candy definitely peeped game.
She's purposely digging at Cynthia.
And the best part was, Candy definitely checked Kenya Moore on the spot in the best way.
How many variations of
How many are you selling at your spot?
To be clear, I don't feel like it would have been as bad if Kenya would have just kept it cute and let like a little bit of fun shade slip out, and everybody could have laughed one time and then just like let it go. But it was different for Kenya. Kenya was definitely making it so obvious that she doesn't really respect Cynthia's lack of knowledge about the industry that she's currently in.
I was having fun with my sis. She should know what the wines are about. And if she didn't, we could teach her. So what?
And yeah, did you guys catch that shade that Kenya threw when they asked her about Kenya Moore hair care?
I sell plenty of hair care, but I don't mess with anything that I don't know about.
I don't mess with anything that I don't know about.
And,
Anyways, it was nice to see Portia, Tanya, and really all the other girls really rallying behind Cynthia and making sure that she was able to keep her head up.
Even if I'm playing with my girl, I'ma still turn it back around. At the end of the day, you're gonna know that she got the best wine that you can find anywhere.
Well, that didn't happen.
And yes, as the episode progressed, we really saw that sisterhood getting stronger and stronger. And I really want to point out that this is one of the reasons that we stan Portia Williams. She is definitely a girl's girl, and I really respect what she did for Cynthia at the winery.
I am gonna rave about my friend's wine cellar. Well, we should introduce you because our good friend over here, Cynthia, has opened her own winery in Atlanta.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Yeah, I wanna uplift her.
If you watched the episode, you also saw Cynthia finally explain why she initially let Kenya slide.
I kind of get Kenya's sense of humor when she's being shady. Since she's my friend, I don't always have my shade detector
And I don't know how I feel about it, y'all.
This is a very fragile moment for Kenya. So I just kind of give her a pass. But what I'm not going to do is let Kenya be purposely just mean or disrespectful.
And this part is where things get a little tricky. Do you guys agree that Kenya deserves a pass in the middle of all of this turmoil that she's experiencing right now in her marriage? My thing is, just because I have a friend that can't be as good of a friend as I can be, doesn't mean that I have to stop having empathy and compassion, or that I have to be a horrible person just because of their flaws. So I can definitely understand Cynthia's perspective here, and I'm glad that she opted to finally speak up at the Ruins party.
And then it just started to feel like, okay, is it really a joke or am I the joke?
You're never the joke. Honestly, it was just me being silly and having fun. I don't have to re-explain it. Think whatever you want to think. I don't care. I'm just sick of it.
And that's how we got here.
A married woman wouldn't do that to another woman. Low. So low.
That was an
You have
acceptable
done
thing.
so many things.
Shut
Y'all,
up. You up.
I'm gonna walk away if this is what we're gonna make this about.
Nene definitely snapped at this Ruins party because although this girls trip definitely shows that she and Cynthia are in a much better place, Cynthia's loyalty still lies with Kenya, and Nene clearly has a problem with the way they rock.
Cynthia is Kenya's believe that. I don't really understand the tiptoeing. I know that if that was me, that you would have gone harder.
And of course, Nene Leakes is right about how different things would have been had it been her. With Housewives fans speaking out saying, I can definitely see why Nene would be upset because it's a double standard. Cynthia knows that if that was Nene, all types of stuff would have been said. Oh, she's jealous. Oh, no one could be successful except Nene, blah, 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 ... What makes Kenya's action so different? Because what she did and said was shady! With the hands on her chin emoji twice. And another fan sticking up for the OG commenting, Nene is right though, Cynthia doesn't hold Kenya accountable for anything. Nene is the queen of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Before Avia chimed in saying, how many times is Kenya gonna do something to Cynthia before she wakes up? She almost ruined her engagement and your business. Girl, wake up, in her Nene voice. And another Housewives fan joined the chat saying, y'all going to say Nene this, Nene that, just because y'all don't like her? But y'all know it's the truth! Before even a Kenya fan kept it real in the comments saying, I love Kenya, but they don't hold her accountable. And Nene made it a point to bring up the fact that she and Cynthia were closer than all of these girls. Yeah, this is where this whole thing went left. And I mean, I knew that these were the same outfits that Nene and Kenya were wearing in the trailer, so I knew that the argument was coming, but Nene, girl, where did all this animosity come from, sis?
You a big ass bull.
wait a minute now, you just called me a bitch.
What you gonna say about it though? What you doing about it?
Hey, hold on, this ain't funny. It ain't funny, but it
You
is.
want me to fight you? What are you
No,
talking
can't
about?
fight
What
me,
am
girl.
I
You
gonna
would
do
lose.
about
So
it?
all you can do is run your mouth.
And fans definitely had a lot more to say, with one fan tweeting, how Nene gonna say to Kenya, you're a big A bloop? But then in the same sentence screaming, what you gonna do about it? You can't beat me, you would lose. Like WTF with the crying laughing face emoji. First off, y'all 2D old to still be using the term bloop. And second, Nene basically trying to bloop Kenya. Like, I don't understand with the crying emoji. And Prince Charming also tweeting, Kenya does things Nene would never do, ... It's called apologizing! Cynthia clashed with Nene because Nene never apologized for anything! Kenya always apologized to Cynthia when Cynthia addresses her issues. So of course there is a difference. Before Cool Kid Dave commented, Nene is so jealous! The thing with Nene is, Nene never takes ownership for her bloop. Nene is so bothered by Kenya, it's scary. With another fan tweeting, Cynthia does hold Kenya accountable. The difference is, Kenya owns up to it and apologizes and does not play the victim like Nene! And another fan chimed in tweeting, like Kenya says, Nene comes undone when it comes to her. She doesn't like the type of relationship Cynthia and Kenya have, so she insults Cynthia while talking S about Kenya. Poor Lenithia. Press should be the name of her boutique. Before my good sis Maria kept it real saying, I love Nene, but we all know her dislike comes from the closeness Kenya and Cynthia had. What do you guys feel is Nene's real issue with Kenya right now? Do you feel like these Housewives fans are onto something? And as if this moment wasn't messy enough, Nene followed up with a lot of low blows.
Too bad your husband don't like you.
And you like yours? You like yours?
Stop!
And she really just let Kenya have it, leaving everyone at a loss for words. First of all, I gotta say, every single time Nene finally has a moment where I start to have some compassion for her, like this part in episode 18, where she and Portia have this heart-to-heart.
You and I miss you so much.
Thank you.
I miss you so much, Nene.
Thank you.
By the end of the doggone episode, Nene just does something else that just has me right back where I'm just like, this is too negative for the show.
Every time I see her, I'm gonna read her down. Cause you ain't gonna never be able to punk me. Kenya, fake contacts, okay? Wig, okay?
Yes, Nene was way out of line for all of this energy that she brought to the Ruins party, and I know that some of you guys are having a field day right now, but when she called Kenya an attention bloop, I was like, and that oop. Because if y'all remember, this is the exact term that the blogs alleged that Mark called Kenya on the night of the event that led to their divorce announcement the next day. I was personally so annoyed that this rumor appeared to be untrue up until this moment. Now, this is just a theory, but I wonder if Bravo cut the part of the episode where Mark was allegedly caught calling his wife an attention bloop on purpose, or if they're saving this juicy audio for the reunion. Even still, I do not think that it was a coincidence that Nene used this exact phrase in her screaming match with Kenya.
Let her be ugly. You as ugly as you look on the inside, outside.
You wish, bitch.
Either way, it looks like we're going to have to wait until next week to see just how bad things actually got, because Bravo definitely hit us with a nasty to be continued. And speaking of the reunion, if you missed my last video, I've got some pretty bad news about that before we wrap things up here. Every year around this time, Real Housewives of Atlanta typically tapes its annual all-day reunion marathon with all of its cast members at the iconic Biltmore in Midtown Atlanta. But if you've been paying attention, you already know that basically the whole world is shutting down right now to keep everyone at home in an attempt to keep as many people as possible safe. But when reports started circulating that our reunion was at risk, I was in complete denial. I mean, we've been hearing about all types of live TV shows like Wendy Williams, Ellen DeGeneres, and even Watch What Happens Live going on hiatus while the block is hot. But I just did not ever even think about the fact that it was even this serious for them to cancel the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 12 reunion. I mean, let's be real, our girls are probably already together anyway, sitting down at the OLG doing nothing but gossiping, right? See, that's me still being in denial, y'all. Well, I am sad to report that Andy Cohen confirmed on Twitter that the filming for the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion show has been axed for now.
When do it becomes...
A Housewives fan took to Twitter on Friday, just as upset as I am, tweeting, Andy, is the Atlanta reunion canceled or just postponed? ? I gotta know! ! And Andy Cohen actually tweeted back saying, postponed! ! OMG, we all need something to look forward to, and you will get it! ! Yes, y'all already know that my phone started blowing up immediately. So I had to call the plug and get confirmation. And when I did, I was so devastated because I had not seen Andy's tweet yet. And at the time, people were saying that the reunion was canceled, not postponed.
Trust, you will be dealt with.
Period.
period.
But Norris on Twitter put a smile back on my face talking about, this is how the next Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion is about to look, with the crying faced emoji. Andy's gonna host it on Zoom with this dead faced emoji. And another Housewives fan tweeted, Andy, so y'all can't do the reunion via Skype or something, question mark, question mark? And Andy tweeted back, we considered it for a second, but figured it would stink, exclamation point. And honestly, I don't know what's worst. Living in a world where something like this could even happen? Or living in a world where something like Rona V could happen? I am just kidding. I obviously understand how serious this Rona situation really is, and I really had to sit back and think about how many people it really takes to actually make a Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion taping happen. And I thought about that they're probably flying from all over the country or all over the world to make this happen. So after that, I really just started to calm down and just let go of my expectations, really. And interestingly enough, I found out that it takes more than 250 people to pull off the whole production process for one day of filming for the reunion. So now it all really makes sense. Here's the thing though. I understand that Andy is saying with confidence that the reunion is definitely not canceled, and he's assuring fans that the taping is only postponed for now. But the reality is that everything is up in the air right now, and nobody can offer any type of guarantees right now about nothing. Yes, if you missed this full video, check it out after this one, because I spilled a juicy Justin Diego theory about how I am so shook because Andy's statement sounds cool and all about just postponing the reunion and not canceling it. But the reality is everything is up in the air, and there's a chance that we may not get a reunion this year at all. Thank you guys so much for watching this video all the way to the end. Don't be trying to slide out without liking this video and commenting right now, telling me what you liked most about this episode. Because let's be real, y'all are not leaving y'all house anytime soon. Thanks again for watching this video. I will see y'all attention bloops on the next one.